greatest adventure is what lies ahead. Today and tomorrow are yet to be said.
Hello everyone, No One of Consequence here, back again with a new video. This is episode 37 in a series which recounts my ongoing Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which is now in its 9th year. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit the like button at the end. So as always, spoiler alert, I will be revealing details found in this adventure module during this video. And also as a reminder, this is the current makeup of the adventuring party. So one thing that I didn't really address last video is, and this is a screenshot from the last video, is this pig, which you see pointed out there. The story behind that is Gorbadoc the Halfling, when that party was still back in town, he thought it would be amusing to purchase a pig from a local vendor, and then he proceeded to name the pig Cuthbert, as an obvious dig at Saint Cuthbert, which is the party cleric's, the god that she worships. And this isn't the first time that Gorbadoc has performed such blasphemies. In another screenshot from just this last video shows the characters meeting with the bishop there in his office. Meanwhile, Gorbadoc is up on this raised platform with a statue of Saint Cuthbert doing something, and you can see Varys there trying to talk him down. And there's other, even earlier incidents similar to this that I don't have screenshots for. So Gorbadoc has a history of disrespecting the gods, even though he benefits from the party cleric and her healing spells. So Gorb has been assured more than once that one day he will push things too far, and then divine wrath can be expected. So he's got that coming. Anyway, last video, this is where we left off. The characters are exploring the glacial rift of the frost giants, and they had found this chamber here, which had several dead adventuring characters that were all frozen in blocks of ice. But the characters decided to leave that alone for now, even though there were obvious valuables that they could see in the ice along with the bodies. So continuing on in this area, Garrett used his stealth skills to explore another side cavern, and he soon came upon a pair of winter wolves with their cubs. And although Garrett was moving silently and also invisible, that did not prevent the wolves' keen sense of smell from being alerted to his presence. So Garrett tried to make a run for it back to the rest of the group, but unfortunately he took a nasty wound, which you can see there in the chat window. In fact, he received a critical hit, and it was one which slowed down his ability to move away from this place. So he started calling out for help, and the characters who were waiting for him heard him yelling for their assistance, and they began moving to do that. They pulled Garrett out of the way and back behind to the rest of the characters so he could receive some healing from the cleric. And meanwhile, Olbrek and Varys faced off with the wolves. One of the wolves was defeated, and the other one retreated back into the den, but just as the characters were preparing to pursue, chunks of ice started falling from the ceiling of this cavern. And they, so instead of chasing after the wolf, they ran back outside just in time as the cavern ceiling collapsed in and blocked that whole chamber with ice. So the characters moved on down this external ledge in the glacial rift and soon found the entrance to another cave. Um, Going into there, they soon came across a chamber with many piles of furs and skins scattered around on the floor. But they quickly realized that each of these piles concealed an ogre, and so they began giving the alarm to one another and moving to battle the characters. There were a lot of max damage and critical hits rolled in this battle, which the next few slides you can see some examples of that. There's another one. You can see some of the ogres are starting to go down. And then some more critical hits, max damage, and so of course, not long after that, the characters emerged from this battle victorious. So Garrett moved back out onto the exterior ledge and continued on further south. He found another cavern entrance pointed out here, only this one was blocked by a huge boulder. And he reported that to the other characters, but they decided that if the frost giants felt a need to block up that particular cave entrance, then they should probably leave it alone too, at least for the time being. So continuing on back inside in another area, the characters came to an intersection. They had to decide which way to explore, so they sent Garrett ahead again, moving silently and invisible, to see what he could find. And he spotted another frost giant guard post. So he told the other characters, and they decided to just rush the place. And you can see Obrak and Aramis have charged into the chamber, and the rest of the characters are closing in from behind. And here you can see that the first frost giant that they attacked has gone down, but one of the frost giants has scored a critical hit. Just looking at the health bars, it looks like it was against Obrak there. And then other frost giants that were in nearby chambers heard the commotion and came in to help. And I rolled another critical hit. You can see it in the chat window. This time Garrett was the target. You can see him there at the top of the screen. And you can see he actually went into negative hit points, and he came within 1 hit point of dying outright. He literally, if he had taken 1 more point of damage, he would have been dead. But as it was, he was only unconscious, and Thor quickly used some healing potions to put Garrett back into positive hit point range. So there were more critical hits, and you can see that there in the chat window, and eventually the characters were able to defeat all these frost giants. So after that, even though it was only late morning and game time, the characters decided to return to their hideout cave so they could sleep, heal, and regain spells. And by now they had also gathered up quite a bit of loot that they wanted to stash in the cave. So they went back to that place. And after the resting period for healing and spell rememorization, it was still only the evening of the same day, so the characters decided to immediately return to the Frost Giant Rift instead of waiting until the following day, so that hopefully they could maintain the element of surprise. So they went back to the same cavern that they had left before they went back to their hideout and continued on with Garrett moving up ahead. And he found a side tunnel with a flight of stairs that was not in the ice but was carved into rock going deeper into the ground. But the tunnel also continued to the west, so the characters decided to keep going in that direction. And it wasn't long until they came to yet another frost giant guard post. So the characters all moved in to attack. And you can see the results of that battle here with there were 4 frost giants and they were defeated. The characters continued on. They soon found a chamber that didn't have frost giants, but instead they were fire giants. And Aramis is getting ready to charge in. And the rest of the party moved in behind Aramis. They began fighting these fire giants. And you can see in the chat window there some damage rolls I made. And Aramis found out that fire giants can hit very, very hard. And you can see I pointed out his health bar there. He's down to only 5 hit points. And there was also a fumble roll. I'm not even sure who it was, but one of the characters rolled a fumble. But eventually the characters still managed to win through this battle as well. So the fire giant lair had a entrance leading back outside. You can see down there on the bottom edge where Varys is. And the characters went out there, and it was just a ledge for that cavern. You couldn't follow it anywhere else. But it looked out over the southern end of the glacial rift. And they could see down below some holes in the ice, and including a big mound of snow with a cave entrance to it. But for the time being, at least, they couldn't actually access it. It was too far down below. All right, well, that's all I have for now. Again, please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you can, share the video. Anything you can do to help support the channel, I appreciate it. Thanks again. Bye for now.
The greatest adventure is what